Okay, so I'm making zucchini muffins and I'm going to go through it bit by bit. The first thing we want is 2 cups of zucchini, grated and squeezed of excess moisture. This is the worst part of this, so it's the first thing I do. I'll just got a few things. Right, so first of all I grate the zucchinis in my little grater up to the 2 cup mark. This grating doesn't take very long, but squeezing out the excess moisture is the fun bit. Alright, that's one. It's usually about 2 zucchinis. 2, medium-sized zucchinis, as you can see. Usually does about 2 cups. I actually haven't get more than 2 cups out of these. Anyway. Is that better? Right. We'll just measure it in there. So this has got measurements on the side here, and it says, yeah, it's about 2 cups. I think 2 cups is, that's 2 cups there. So you can see I'll beat it down, it makes 2 cups. Alright, so we've got 2 cups of grated zucchini. Now we've got to get the moisture out, which can be a bit messy. So I've got to get a paper towel. I'll just get a bit of paper towel. Paper towel's good to wipe your hands on and try and keep the mess from blocking up the sink. So what I do is I squeeze the juice into one bowl and put the zucchini into my mixing bowl that I'm going to use to mix the things up. And to save mess on my hands, I use a spoon. And I haven't found a way of squeezing them that's better than just doing it by hand. Just get your hand, squeeze out the juice. I tried using a sieve and broke the sieve, so I think this is easier. That's all you need to do. And then just dump it in the other bowl. So it takes so we just keep doing that. And you can see the juice running out. It doesn't have to be, because that's all you need, but my hand's stronger than trying to squeeze it through a sieve. That didn't do anything, I didn't think. So just give a good squeeze with your hand. And I do it over a bowl because little bits will fall in. If you do it over the sink, you clog up the sink with zucchinis. So do that. Dropping a bit in there. I'm trying to hurry so the video doesn't get too boring. Yes. Let me talk about the weather or something. The weather today is nice actually. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, so these will be cooked just in time for me to test out for tea, if I want to. Alright. Zucchinis are back in the shop. For a while there I couldn't get zucchinis, and I was adding a bit of carrot into the zucchini because I didn't have it. I could only had one zucchini and it wasn't enough, so I added a bit of carrot in instead to make up the volume, and it was just the same thing. I just had that all mixed together and just squeezed it all together. Carrots tend to hold their moisture, but it didn't really make any difference. I didn't have a lot of carrot. I suppose the reason we squeeze them out is because zucchinis are so watery, such a watery vegetable that if you left the water in them, the muffins would there'd be too much moisture in the cake, in the muffin, and it wouldn't turn out right. What else can I talk about? If I get any good, I'll learn how to put music on these. It's still recording. Yep. It's cold on the hand as well, so that's why I only got to get one hand all lucky. It makes your fingers cold. I made a mess. Yeah, trying to. I'm using a cutting board, so don't worry, it's not all over the grotty bench. It's on a cutting board. And I don't know if you can see it because it's a glass one. And then there's all the ones I dropped, I can just get out, and then they're in a nice clean bowl so we can just take them out and have another go at squeezing them. That's all of those ones. There we go. And it won't matter if there's a few wet ones in there. Right, and that's enough. Alright, so paper towel. So Get my hands a little dirty. And wipe that down. The zucchini makes a mess everywhere if you don't keep on top of it. And the beauty about, I've just sort of discovered paper towels recently, and the beauty about them is you chuck them in the bin. Wipe the thing clean, the grater clean, and it'll just, we don't need to add those bits in. That just can just go on the sink. And finished with that. They don't get zucchini down the drain. Nothing to worry about. My drains aren't that good. I might want that spoon later. Probably is a bit messy than normal because I'm trying too hard. Alright, next we're going to put some flour, mix in some flour. So I'm clearing a space so I can get my flour out. I did miss it, get quite a bit not in. Oh well. Right, just go straight in the bin, see? In the compostable bin, of course, because right, I'm making two. I'll chuck them in now. We have a tray for the scraps, I forgot, so here we'll use this one. Put it there. And I'm going to be cracking some eggs and stuff in a minute. It's easier to keep them all on the table. Alright, and yes, so I'm going to be using this bowl for the eggs later. So I'm going to have to get those bits out. I haven't got a sieve, so. And a couple of bits more there. And that can go there too. Okay, so that's empty now for the eggs later. And I'll just sort them. They're all grated and moisture taken out of most of them. Now we'll put some flour in. So it's just plain flour and some baking powder. So 1.5 cups of plain flour is what we want. So I use this as, I've got a measure here for 1.5 cups of flour. Just measure it in. And you'll notice I'm using my Tupperware because I like to use it. I've got got so much of it. Right, that's about, I think that's 1.5 cups. I keep forgetting I've got a proper Tupperware measure bowl, but I keep using this one instead. I don't know why. Instead of the bigger one, because I could use the bigger one to put the eggs in and that as well. But anyway, is that 1.5 cups? Or maybe you could do a little bit more. Yeah, right. Then baking powder, we want 3 teaspoons. Yes, 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And we're going to run out 1.5. We're going to have to open this one. I put 1 in, teaspoon, half teaspoon, there's a teaspoon, 1, 2, 3, that's 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Now we sift that into the zucchini. So I just use my little sifter, put it in there, take the bottom off, sift it away. This does have measurements on it, but they don't go up to 1.5 cups, I don't think. They only go, they're in mils. Yeah. No, they can't be because it's a sift. Well, it only goes up to 200. And a cup, oh no, goes up to 250. But well, that's a cup, but it's easier to do it in a cup measure. They're only embossed on, you can't actually, they're not. Anyway, I like this new one. So then we just mix that around. So what I'm actually doing is putting all the dry ingredients in together. And then I'll be mixing all the wet ingredients together and then adding the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. So that's flour and zucchini. The zucchini is dry now because we've squeezed the moisture out. So it's not a liquid. That's why it's a dry ingredient. The other thing is the cheese. Now we mix out. I have scales, and we measure out 120 grams of grated cheese, and I buy mine grated, pre-grated. I don't bother grating it. It says the recipe actually says cheddar. I use whatever I feel like really. This one is Perfect Bake, so it's 3 cheeses. I like this brand. I'll make a few different grated blends. Anyway, this is the one I'm using. Perfect Bakes. So I need 120 grams. Okay, I've got another packet. So let's put some more in. This has a resealable thing in it. Sometimes, yeah, that always kicks me off. Alright. It's a bit much. Can't make it, it must be a bit, right, that's 120 grams, and we put half of that in the mixture. Okay, so we just take half of that off and put in there. Don't drop any on the floor. Right, and the rest there will be, oh, you can't see it. The rest will be to put on the top. So I've got the cheese in there now, grated cheese. 60 grams in there and 60 grams later. Other dry ingredients to add are the herbs. So they say 2 tablespoons of Italian herbs and some. Oh, I'm using, where are they? Oh, I'm using Master Foods at the moment, but I'm not sure if I might like the Hoyt's ones better. But anyway, we put these in, just Italian herbs. You can put whatever you like in, really. So just measure it out. Tablespoon. And another one, 2 tablespoons. The one I used before had a lot of chilli and garlic in it. I'm like, oh, I don't like that, too much garlic. But now I've gone back to this one that doesn't have garlic in there. Oh, I miss the garlic. So this has got oregano, basil, capsicum, rosemary, parsley and thyme in it. I don't know. Anyway, you can put salt and pepper in. I just put a dash of salt in, really. And I don't have any white pepper, so I haven't been putting pepper in. I don't put black pepper in. I don't have. Oh yeah, you know, I've only got the one you grate. I think that's too big. Anyway, so that's all the dry ingredients all mixed up. See? Together, and you mix it all around. I do mix it all up while it's dry to make sure that the zucchini's not all sort of clumped together, and that the cheese is dispersed through it. And the herbs, so, and the flour, yeah, so that looking good. Okay, next we go on to the wet ingredients. 2 eggs. Oh, I got a bit of shell. Yuck. I'm a bit keen. I'll stick it in my finger. 2 eggs, That's a little egg, that one, isn't it? Look at that one. Alright. I don't buy large, extra large. I just get the normal size because I don't think a lot of recipes aren't really designed for extra large eggs. So I just get some, the large, which is the smallest you can get. I don't think you can get anything smaller than a large egg. So we beat the eggs until they're mixed up. I don't have a whisk. I used to. Got lost, I think, when I moved. But yeah. Okay, right, we also need some oil, so it's a third of a cup, which I just happen to have a third of a cup in here. I usually add that to the milk first, but it won't matter. We'll get the oil. Now half a cup of milk, and I'm using my sour milk, my kefir milk, mainly because I've got it and I need to use it up. So, I'm still looking for ways of using it. So this is one. So we want half a cup. Oh. Oop. Yeah, it's too much. Pour some back. Now I can't see what I'm doing. Yes, you can tell I'm a bit all thingy because I'm talking to myself. No, that's still too much. I put way too much on there. Got carried away. I think the sour milk actually adds a bit of, it might help the cake rise a bit. But ordinary milk's just as good, if that's all you've got. That's about half a cup, I think. Alright, yeah, I might add the oil to that. Oh, I'm not doing well today at all. Just spilled some of that. Usually so clumsy. Anyway, stir that about. And then stir it into the egg. Let's hope, hopefully that will be alright. I've got to eat these, so I don't want to mess them up too much. Okay. Put a bit of oil on the bench. Put a bit of oil on the floor. I'll be slipping for today, won't I? Okay. Now we'll just mix the wet in with the dry. So mix it up. It won't want to stay together because oil wants to separate out. Mix it up and then make a little hole in the middle there, a little bit of a well in the middle, and just put a lid on before anything happens to it. There you go. Yogurt. Oh no. Alright, then pour it in, stir and pour, and the idea, just stir it until it's mixed in. I have to turn the light on, I'm having a bit of trouble seeing. Is that better? Mix it in. A bit more oil in that. Just want to stir it till it's mixed through, which is sort of why you mix the dry ingredients on their own, so you don't have to do too much stirring. Let's see. Yep. Just checking there's no dry bits, and it all looks good. Right. Really, cooking can be messy. I think I made it even messier today. Oh, a bit more there. Won't it hurt to add a bit more moisture in? Okay, now we've got to put them in a muffin tray. So we're going to